YouTube land, Richard Mulstar Enterprises. Figured I'd do a little quick video. I'm gonna buff this floor and give a final coat, but as you can see, it's looking pretty good. Now this is a satin finish. A satin finish, does not have a gloss. It's great for concealing scuff marks and all of that good stuff. That gloss will show up. Anyway, this is a gorgeous wood. I believe it's 3 1/4 inch wide, but I did the whole deal here. Sanded it 3 times. And so far coated it twice. With the new regulations and the polyurethanes, unfortunately, they require more work for the contractor. They used to have stuff out there that you put 2 coats on and you're done. No buffing in between coats. However, because of all this VOC and government regulations, which I think is total bull, when they lowered the VOC, unfortunately, for whatever reason, the chemical makeup now, you have to buff it, which is lightly sanding it, and vacuum it up in between each coat. Now, you still get a great job and all the benefits of oil base. However, it's a lot more work for the contractor. So anyway, if you plan on doing a wood floor, realize that's what you're up against if you go the oil base route. Actually, a lot of water-based finishes, they have some that you don't, they have a lot that you don't have to buff in between coats. And a lot of them, you can even only need 2 coats over a stain if you're staining it. You have to be careful if you're doing a floor natural water base over a bare wood floor. It looks bland and it just don't look right. You might want to use a sealer or an oil modified water base, which has oil-based molecules in it somehow, emulsified into the water-based finish. That will give you a color, but however, if you go that route, that finish requires a lot of work, buffing and coating. But however, if you stain the floor, there's a whole multitude of finishes that you can just use 2 coats. However, if you want a really spectacular job, you're doing a high-end house, then I recommend, after you stain it and let your stain dry, if you're using an oil-based stain, which I recommend, you let the stain dry at least 8 hours. I like to let it dry overnight. And then you coat it, let your finish dry, and I highly recommend, buffing that, which is lightly sanding it. Where I use sanding screens with industrial diamond, imposed on mesh screens, which works fantastic. However, you want 100 will work, but 220 is way better, and you'll get outstanding results. And also, if it's a high-end house, you might as well go ahead and do the 3 coats, because that is a top-notch job. And if you are doing 3 coats with the water base, I will highlight that you can put the 1 coat down, and as long as I think you recoat it within 10 hours, you get your 2nd coat down, let that dry overnight, and then buff your 2nd coat, and then put on your final 3rd coat if you go that route. Anyway, I hope you found that helpful. And even though this floor looks great, it's about to look even better because I am gonna buff it, vacuum it, and give it a final coat of finish. And this is gonna go down in the Mulstar Enterprises LLC history books. With that being said, everybody have a fantastic day and peace out.